Okay, I may be doing this 2 days in a row. So it's been an interesting yet very stressful time. As I told somebody else, it's the reason I shaved my head so the gray hairs don't show. So yesterday was interesting. Besides working through a whole bunch of stuff with the transaction in the Veterans Administration, so we'll go to this event at Dragon Ridge Country Club. Up with the multi-million, $20 million homes and stuff. People on my company live up there, and it's followed by a party at their house. But anyway, so after I get off the freeway, my car starts doing strange stuff, and then by the time I get to the guard gate, it's like, man, what the hell? Drive up in there, and I could barely park my car. It's like, so I barely park it. Then pretend nothing's happening. Go to the event, knowing I can't call for a tow until after it, and then I got to figure out how I'm going to get to the party. And it was like, do I try to drive this? I'm like, no. I called a tow truck. Glad I did. I would have never made it home. Car would have blown up in the middle of the road, just out of nowhere. So had to wait for about 3 hours for the tow truck. Fortunately, I called as I was leaving for the party. Got to spend time for the party, come back, only had to wait an hour. And here's where it gets worse. After the time it was supposed to take, maximum, it's supposed to be 90 minutes to 120 minutes, hour and a half to 2 hours. I call them up. First of all, they don't answer. So now I'm panicking. Then I call them about 10, 15 minutes later, they answer. And it was obvious they never dispatched a truck, a tow truck. Oh my God. How do you not dispatch a tow truck? Because you can just tell by the background crap going on, like, oh, put this together. And then as soon as the thing pops up on my phone, a text, like when the guy's supposed to be there. He was actually there in the time that it said. So they completely screwed up. And I don't know what to do because, oh boy, was good. He was a cool dude, man. And it's like, do you just trash a company because of something the dispatcher did when the tow truck driver had nothing to do with it and was a good guy? I don't know. So anyway, we get it to my normal mechanic, get it off the truck, and then I try to park it in the one available parking space. And oh my God, it was like, I mean, it was really doing this stuff. And I get it there, but first of all, I want to talk again about nice people. So the tow truck driver was really nice. This dude, I kind of work with, he really doesn't show up much for stuff. And he takes me to the party, takes me back because he had to get back before sundown for Sabbath. He's an Orthodox Jew. Nice dude. He had a Tesla, man. I've never, as many people were at the office have Teslas. I've never been in a Tesla in my life. It's nice. It was nice. I don't know how some of them afford it because, man, that Tesla's expensive. That is an expensive ass vehicle. And I know one guy who I know, I do a hell of a lot more transactions than him. Let's see what he's doing this year. And he's got a Tesla. It's like, man, where are these people getting this money from? Hold on here. And, it's just, I don't know. And so anyway, go to the party. I'm really just more thinking about, what am I going to do next and all this stuff. But everybody was nice to party and stuff, and that's nice young folks. There was this thing, the guy who was at the thing at the country club, he brought up some examples of things he did. And all I could think was like, you're lucky your ass didn't get killed. Because you could talk to the wrong person and get your ass killed. So first of all, you know what? I talked about my gaydar. Thought I'd developed my gaydar. I thought this dude was gay. And at some point when he mentioned his wife, I'm like, because he had all the, the motions and stuff, So it's like, damn. I guess maybe he was like Metro and stuff like that. But anyway, two of the examples he gave. One was he was in first class, and his seatmate, I guess, without looking up, said like water or something to the flight attendant. So he gets up and goes to the galley, and the flight attendant's like crying or something. He didn't yell at her or anything, but I guess, the flight was 4 hours delayed and people have been mean to her all day long and stuff. So he takes it upon himself. He says, don't worry, I'll deliver the water. So he goes back to deliver the water and says, now we're going to have a lesson in etiquette to this dude. We're going to get back to that in a second. And then he talks about this thing. He gets on an elevator with a girl, and he tells her she has a nice jacket or something. And she's like, oh, this jacket, well, I tore it right here and I spilled something here and all this stuff. And he like stops the elevator and says, let's get off and have a discussion. He tells her about like taking compliments gracefully and some shit like that. And he gave another story. All I'm thinking about, you know what? All these must be white people, because a brother would have stomped his ass into the ground. He probably didn't mention that because he probably knew that by now, with the number of examples he gave of doing this shit, his ass would have been stomped in the ground as soon as he did this to a true black man, a true Negro. I don't know. Some people, they think they're talking about how they taught people manners and stuff. You know what? Some people don't want to be taught that shit. Some people will punch you in the motherfucking face. Know your place. But he probably did, because I guarantee you they were all white. So, anywho, I'm sorry to say that shit, but it's just true. There are some people you just don't fuck with. And this stuff about, I'm going to teach you manners for the rest of this 2-hour flight thing. Get off and then teach her how to be graceful about taking a compliment. That's none of your damn business. I heard that shit, all I could think was ass clownery. You think you're better than everyone else. I don't care if you sold 160 multi-million-dollar homes so far this year. There's an etiquette of standing out of other people's fucking business. So, anywho, I'm going to get on with that. So, anyway, get back. Fortunately, nobody's saying anything yet, because I'm, like the only black person around all these millionaires and shit at the country club, because I went back. And anyway, we get there. So, like I said, I've had my first Tesla ride yesterday. And then we get there, and this girl, I don't know, lady girl, she worked at the auto repair place that was next to my guy. And it's real strange, because this thing is like in a U shape, and it's nothing but auto repair places, because there's some stupid city ordinance about auto repair places, like they make them lump them together or something. I have noticed that about other stuff, and it's really stupid. So you got to think about that. All the cars, they got to park out front for stuff they can't do that day. If they're all in one spot, all the spots are damn taken, Have to be parking on streets and stuff. Parking in red zones. Dumb shit. Anyway, she was so nice. She walked up and talked to the tow truck driver, told him like one of his lights was out. And so, oh, don't worry, we're not those guys, because I've dealt with the guys like across the U little thing, where the guy's an asshole. If you park in one of his spaces for his shop, he'll come running out and yelling at you and shit, threatening to tow you. But, then she offered us water. Oh, so nice. And then my insurance, because I have like the tow service on my insurance, I, they offered me free Lyft, a $30 credit. So I downloaded Lyft. And last night was my very first, I'm using two things here, Lyft, any kind of ride share. It's decent. Rode back old dude. He works Lyft now. Before that, he worked in the produce department at Walmart. We had a great discussion the entire way home. Before that, he was a picker in the fields in California. Never met a picker in the fields. Or maybe I've met them, but they never said. I used to pick, blueberries when I was a kid or a teenager or something. But, great conversation. Learned a lot about rideshare because, like I've said, I've never done it. So overall, it was, ain't gonna lie, it wasn't a great thing, but, ran across some nice people, had some nice conversations. But the only problem is I go to the mechanic this morning, and I went the normal time that I go. Nobody was open, so I waited there for almost an hour. Then I finally went to the folks, by the way, who were there at 7 a.m. They were there last night at 7:30. Same folks. Nobody else was open at 7 a.m. They were. I almost wanted to just leave my car with them. So I'd never met you guys in my life. But man, somebody who is here at 7 p.m. last night and y'all here back at 7 a.m. Dang. And I know it was pretty much the same folks. I didn't pay attention to anyone else, but the girl was there. I'm not sure. I think she was Middle Eastern because they had like some Middle Eastern music playing last night. But the other two guys who were working there, at least this morning, and one from last night, were white. So I don't know. Maybe she just enjoyed the music. Just because somebody has dark hair don't mean crap. But then I was like, man, when are they going to show? So I call up knowing that nobody's there. I wanted to listen to the message on the machine. Well, message on the machine said they are open from 7 a.m. to like 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. They used to be open 6 days a week, Sunday only off. So now it's like, oh crap, like they didn't change their hours. Had my car delivered someplace wasn't even open on Friday. It's not open day, which means it's going to be Monday before we can get to this car. So we're down to one car for what I have no idea what's going to be. Is it going to be too expensive for me to worry about? Do I need to go and buy a new car? Don't know. And I'll just talk about, salespeople and how, I'm in real estate sales. I'm a realtor. This is what I do for my retirement thing, retire from the military and all. So I'm doing something. I'm trying to take out a home equity loan. I'm not going to sit here and just go over this crap, just get deep into it. And all of it relates back to, remember I've been talking about, how somebody ran up all our credit cards and spent all of our money. Well, this is just, I got a shit ton of equity, like shit tons. So I said, you know what? I'm tired of trying to pay it off because I'm starting to realize that, especially my business credit cards, the interest is so damn high on them. So I just said, I'm going to take this home equity loan, pay them off. That way, I'm not paying the interest because the payment on the home equity loan is going to be less than the interest I'm paying. And then everything will be paid off. So cool. Well, anyway, I don't have it anymore because I've been retired too long. But, I had a top secret clearance. And the OMB, Office of Management Budget, I don't know if they still do this top secret clearances, because there actually used to be an agency for that. And then they got so behind, then OMB took over. Long story short. Anyway, somebody breached their databases and stole all of the personal stuff that was in everyone's security clearance files who had a top secret clearance. So at some point, I had the credit monitoring, but at some point somebody actually tried to steal my identity, open loans up. And the information they used was like stuff that could only have come from that breach. So I shut down all of my credit. Well, to do this, I had to open my credit up, and I didn't really like the interest rate that my servicer was offering. So I just decided to look at a couple other places because interest rate, in my opinion, was ridiculous. And then this morning, a server, well, they've been calling, but they would never leave, or I'm trying to think of a good way to put it. They would never go through my processes because I have a spam blocker on my phone, because like on Thursday alone, I got 40 spam calls, but I never saw them. because they went to spam. But if somebody, it's so damn easy. All it says is calls are being screened. All you have to do is leave your name. They didn't do that. So I don't know if because they're like auto dialing or something, but it's been enough calls where it's like really somebody's trying to get a hold of me. So I call them back, and it's a loan company, Lendera or something. Lendera Lending, I think it's called it. And I'm going, and it's like, well, I finally called back. You've been calling so many damn times. And, of course, they're going to try to push you through to a loan officer. Not telling the whole story. A little succincter than I just told it. Basically, it was like, have you heard of the OMB? And then he kind of plays the bullshit salesman game. Oh, yeah. Oh, so you know about the OMB hack? Yeah, Office of Management and Budget. They stole all their identities, all the people with top secret security clearances. And blah, blah, blah. I froze my credit. I unlocked it for the week just to do this loan. It locked up last night. No, all he's doing is spending his damn time trying to convince me to open my credit back up again. What was it, yesterday, day before yesterday? The idiot spending it was day before yesterday. Idiot spending all of his time from another lender trying to convince me to refi my house. I wanted a home equity line of credit. All he's doing is just trying, let me just run these numbers. Let me tell you, it is much better to refi your house out of my lowest fuck interest rate into their high ass interest rate. How is that better for me? And I'm like, no, this isn't better for me because I'm going to take every commission check I get and I'm going to pile it straight into doing this. Because, and the only reason I'm even taking this loan out is because I just want to pay off. I just don't want to pay that damn interest anymore. That's just dead ass money. Why would I pay dead ass money when I can do this? Yeah. As a matter of fact, some of my credit cards, I'm not even going to put under. I may not put under this. I'm not saying I won't. I'm just saying I may because, they have low interest rates. One of them is like 8%. In this day and age, 8%? Why the fuck would I? Whatever. But it's like, no, I'm going to pay this off as soon as possible. I hope to have it paid off in a year or so. I'm not going to sit there and have this just over the next 30 and just get comfortable with it. And all he could do is just talk about, oh, you really need to refi your house. You really need to refi and just take a cash out. If I can show you, when someone says, if I can show you, tell you right now, they're full of shit. You sit around, I can't afford this home. Well, what if I can show you a way you can afford this home? I can't afford this car. Let me show you a way. What if I can show you? No. Do not fall for that shit. So anyway, that takes care of that one. Next one is Amazon. Of course, I participated in Prime Day. I was not going to, but then I just said, because by this time, I was like, especially it was the second day. It's like, you know what? I'll get this loan. I'll take the loan. I'll pay it all off. I'm going to be in Clover. I got a couple of commissions coming in that come to like 30 grand. Yeah, it's still not going to be enough to pay off this shit, but it's going to keep me in Clover for quite a bit as far as, because what I'm going to use this loan for is pay that off. Then there's some other shit I'm going to do, including invest in my business, because I want to start my Facebook ads back up. I wasn't doing them for a while, and I want to start them up and just go hog wild on my Facebook ads and make that a pillar of my business like it used to be. But anyway, it's just the audacity of people doing this shit. You call for one thing, they're trying to talk you into some other shit. With the exception of the lender today, and the only reason I'm sure he was not trying to talk me into refining was because he was trying to talk me into opening my credit back up. Oh, you can open your credit up in just minutes. I'm sure you have a login. Just log in, open up your credit. And what got me was he was giggling the entire fucking time. How are you going to be taken seriously giggling? All you have to do is just open your credit. I don't trust your ass. Fuck you. Fortunately, stuff like this is happening. I really want to get into some more P2 stuff. If I'm lucky, maybe tomorrow, because I really want to show you my new setup. I've done a lot of stuff to, in my opinion, make things better. I'll just talk about them right now real quick. So one of the things you'll notice is it's dark inside. You know, the interior is dark. And if you put dark materials, like, and I took the dark material, maybe I have something I can use. So like, let's say I'm doing these coasters here. Normally not a big deal in a lot of printers or lasers. But if you're looking at the camera with the thing here, you can't see it because it's all dark inside. So how do I get my stuff done, you know? So stuff like that. But anyway, what I did is I bought wire mesh. And some of it's like what you use for chicken wire, because I was going to get the little honeycomb thing from the dude Mobile Monkey's been talking about in Germany, but I didn't want to pay $21 in shipping. That kind of just got me right here, you know. I don't know. Even though he had a 15% off coupon and that covered most of the shipping, I just can't see myself paying $21 in shipping. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. So I was like, the entire purpose of having the honeycomb for most people is you do some cuts and you don't know which way this thing's going to cut. And you have little intricate cuts, and then the thing falls out and it needs to go cut back, you know, inside it again. You're effed up because it's falling through the little slats. Now, it sounds like they're planning to put one out because there was something on the Facebook group about asking for interest in a honeycomb. So I think they're going to put one out. We'll see what happens. But anyway, it works great. It does what it's supposed to do. It catches the small stuff, and it, or, you know, the way if you want it caught. And it does, it creates a light background for the black stuff, black and dark stuff. There's one other, and I'm probably going to do an entire video on it. I didn't want to because I don't want to start an Etsy or anything like that. I just saw somebody had done a cover for the P2, a dust cover, and sitting there, it's like, well, my wife could probably do this. She does it out of a bunch of scrap material. I'm like, huh. Again, trying to get her to be entrepreneurial. She ain't entrepreneurial, and this is what frightens me. She let me go out and buy like $400 of material. Anyway, I put a interest type post, like, would anybody be interested in if I, you know, had my wife make these or something? It had like 40 something people say yes, which was great. And that's what caused me to buy $400 in material. I got some good material too. And for some odd reason, I guess they considered it promotion or something, and the moderators erased my post. They deleted my freaking post. And all I plan to do is just say, here it is. Send a PayPal to this place and I'll send you a cover. Tell me which one you want. And I got some really good materials too. I even got like leather material and stuff. Got American flags and everything. So I may do a video on here. Maybe somebody will see it and then just, you know, place that quick order. Because like I said, I don't want to start up an Etsy, although I'm really looking at it. Etsy may be the way to go. We'll see. That's it for the day. Come back tomorrow, hopefully. And let's see. And she never saw. I'm just starting to get upset with my VA a little bit here. She keeps having, I don't know what it is. She hasn't answered my last little thing from hours ago. And I've already taken away her responsibility of doing my YouTube channel and like hired somebody. Oh, that's another thing. I'm gonna use the money from the HELOC to pay that stuff too. You know, for the person I had to hire. But it's just going downhill. I don't know what to do. Anyway, that's all I got for the rest of the day. See you guys. Sorry, I went 25 minutes. I don't know who wants to watch 25 minutes of me rambling. But if you are interested in a cover for your P2, I can show you the one she just finished. We have that in, not vinyl, what do you call that stuff? Oh, God. Nylon. We've got all kinds of different materials that I bought during the sales and stuff from like Father's Day and all that stuff. So we can do it in leather, not real leather, you know what I'm talking about, pleather. We got just some really, really nice materials to do this stuff in. I just need to get her to get off her ass and actually do it. It took her an entire week to do one of them. Every day, this is what I'm talking about. Every day, can you sew the next one so I can see the quality of it? I'll get to it next day. Have you started working on that? I'll get to it. Entire week. Again, poverty is created in people's minds. An entire week to sew something that took an hour and a half, 2 hours. What was she doing the rest of the time? I can hear her down right now. She's on YouTube on her fucking phone. You can do YouTube on your phone while you're sewing. Sitting on your ass and watching YouTube is bullshit. And I'm sorry, but y'all watching YouTube, and I watch YouTube too. But at least while I'm watching YouTube, I'm getting shit done.